Greetings, my friend. Thank you so much for joining me here on Postures of Life. Firstly, I would like to introduce myself in case you're new to this video series. My name is Aaron Cezurik. I'm a yoga teacher, 200 hours, and I teach at the yoga room in Niles Girard area Mondays at noon. I also teach chair yoga at a nursing home and at a couple rehabilitation centers. I teach yoga for recovery, for rehabilitation from substance abuse. So thank you again for joining me here today. In this series of Postures of Life, I like to try to connect our experience off the mat to our experiences on the mat. In this segment in particular, we're going to try to learn a method that might help us bring our agitation, both either in mind or body, back to a place of ease and a place of rest. The best example I can think of this when we would find a very practical and very everyday use is when we are trying to go to sleep and we just can't calm our mind down, or even our body. Our body might be kind of making some reflex motions or holding some tension in it that makes it very uncomfortable for us to rest and relax. So if there is either agitation in the mind or the body, it becomes very difficult to get to a point where we do feel at ease enough to go to sleep. So one of the things that I have found that really helps me is to just bring myself back to a state of stillness. And this can be done by moving our body through some subtle motions, some subtle relaxing motions. The posture, the yoga postures, they're kind of a collection this week. Neck movements that I would like to introduce are referred to as Greeva Sanchalana or Sanchalana. I'm not quite sure which it is. But the neck movements, I am definitely sure how they go about. So let us go ahead and experience these movements that are meant to calm us and almost hypnotize us in a way. I sort of visualize my head as almost like the pendulum you might watch while you're becoming hypnotized. It's more the motion of the movement of the head that you feel. You feel kind of the swinging and the rocking. In some ways, it's like rocking a baby to sleep. So perhaps that is a connection you will feel when we do take part in these movements. So to begin, the first the first kind of quarter of the entire neck movements begins with basically moving our chin to our chest and then raising our gaze up to the ceiling, looking at that ceiling, then dropping our gaze once again to the chest, to the floor, raising our gaze to the ceiling. You might even link the breath, breathing in as you look up and exhaling as you look down. Breathing in, looking up, exhaling, looking down. Breathing in up, exhaling down, and then continuing in this manner as many times as you would feel comfortable in doing so. If you do find that you are moving rather quickly in this motion, I do caution you to take care of your neck and to just move in a way that would feel soothing and calming rather than hurtful in the neck. Sometimes I move rather fast too, and then I kind of know that I am in a state of agitation. And then I have evidence before me that says perhaps I shouldn't just adjust the way that I'm progressing through the movements, through the exercises, through the practice of these neck movements. So I will always encourage you to find your own answers, but for me, that is my measuring post there to notice what is happening, to not sort of unconsciously continue with any activity that I am taking part in the day, but trying to move into activities that help me come to a better health and a better a better happy state of life rather than more agitated, more kind of unconscious and more sluggish state. So the next neck movement that I would like to introduce is just basically looking from side to side. So basically we'll align our chin to that right shoulder, looking in that right direction through middle, and then chin to left shoulder, through middle, chin to right. Once again, we could even link the breath by breathing in one direction, exhaling the other direction. Breath in one direction, and then exhaling the other. We might also choose to breathe in and then exhale as we come to the middle. So breathing in as we move one direction, and then exhaling out the middle. Breath in one direction, exhale middle. Breath in one direction, exhale middle. And of course, I leave this up to your discretion. Whatever you feel better doing, I encourage you to embrace that and to keep with it until you feel it is time to move to some other activity or to subtly adjust the current activity you are taking part in some way. When we do get more attuned to these subtle adjustments and the subtle needs of our energy, of our the different wavelengths that we're kind of feeling within us, then I find that I do make progress along the path of health and happiness. Again, it's about being aware and being conscious rather than just kind of accepting something and working through life in a very mindless, unconscious fashion. So the next neck movement is to basically tip our head side to side. So what we'll do basically is draw our right ear near the right shoulder, and then moving through to middle, left ear near left shoulder, through middle again, right ear, right shoulder, through middle, left ear, left shoulder, through middle once again, right ear, right shoulder. You might also link the breath either by breathing in one direction, exhaling the other direction, or exhaling to middle, breathing in as you move to one side, exhaling middle again, breathing in as you move to one side, exhaling middle, whichever does work best for you again. And we'll go ahead and move on to the last neck movement of today. So we'll drop our chin to the chest, and then we'll gradually rotate to the left side, and then to the ceiling, to the right side, and down once again, to the left side, ceiling, and right, and down. And then when you feel you have moved enough in that rotation direction, we will reverse the direction, moving to the opposite side first. For me, it would be the right, and then up, and then to the left, and down. To the right, up, and left, and down. We could Always link the breath too, if you do want to do that in that motion. Breathing in on the top side of the circle, perhaps, and then exhaling on the bottom. And of course, all in your own time, in your own way, in your own fashion. Learn to be the best you that you can be. You'll find health and happiness in this fashion, and you will assist all others as you do so, as you do find health and happiness in you, as we all benefit from those around us that are truly embracing life and living it to its fullest. So thank you so much for joining me here for these couple postures, this kind of little series of postures, Greeva Sanchalana or Sanchalana. Again, not quite sure how it's pronounced, but it is one of those. So thank you for being here today with me, my friend. God bless you. God bless you. Namaste. My inner light honors your inner light. May you have a wonderful day. May you have a wonderful week. And if you would like to stick around, I'll do a quick review of all the postures we have covered so far in Postures of Life. But if you do not have time, I say thank you once again for joining me here. And I hope to see you next week in the next episode of Postures of Life. Okay, so to begin the series once again, firstly we'll move into Balasana or Child's Pose. I do so by projecting my arms before me, placing them on the mat, on the ground below, pushing my torso up, straightening my lower legs so that I come onto all fours, then touching my toes in the back, reclining onto my heels, and then stretching my arms out before me, resting to the ground below, trying to feel rest in that connection, that deep connection with the earth below, allowing it to be my support, trying to show my gratitude for that support by being as gentle as I can with this position. And I also like to utilize affirmations. The affirmation that I will offer you here is I rest in trust and patience. I rest in trust and patience. I rest in trust and patience. When you're ready to do so, I invite you to bring the hands back toward those knees and to come back up to that all fours position, sometimes referred to as tabletop pose. From here, we'll go ahead and move into Vidalasana and Marjayasana, or cat and cow pose. So to move into, we'll take a breath in, look forward, allow the back to become concave, pelvis tilts down in the front, and then exhaling, the back arches upward, and pelvis tilts in the opposite way. Breathing in, into cow, exhaling into cat. And then when you are ready to do so, returning to that nice neutral spine in that tabletop position. From here, we'll move into Parsvabalasana, or side child's pose, sometimes also referred to as threading the needle. So to do so, we will take our right hand up like so, scoop it under the torso, moving to the left direction, just allowing our ear to rest on the ground. Easy breath in, easy breath out. And I also want to caution, if ever you do feel any pains in your body that feels unhealthy, Don't feel you have to move deeply into a pose or into a pose at all. Just move at your own pace and be careful with your body. Be gentle, be kind. And when you're ready to do so, moving back up to that all fours position. Then once we are here, we'll go ahead and take the other hand, the left hand, scoop it under, moving to the right, rest that left ear on the ground, gazing to the right. Easy breath in, easy breath out. Very good. When we're ready to do so, moving back to that tabletop, that all fours position. Once we are here, we will go ahead and find our bottom, however is easiest for us to do so. We'll go ahead and straighten our legs out before us. And once we are here, we'll go ahead and bend that left leg, bringing that sole into the inner right thigh, breathing the arms up, framing the head. We'll exhale, twist to the left, arms down, right hand on the left knee, and left arm behind us. Easy breath in, easy breath out. I leave the past behind me. I leave the past behind me. I leave the past behind me. Very good. And when you're ready to do so, go ahead, unwind back forward. And once again, we'll breathe those arms up, framing the head. And then we'll exhale, folding forward, trying to hinge at the hips. Maintain a nice straight back here. And coming down to our own degree. Easy breath in, easy breath out. I move into the present. I move into the present. I move into the present. Very good. When we're ready to do so, go ahead and straighten the back up. And go ahead and straighten that leg out as well. And then we'll bend that opposite leg, the right leg perhaps, that sole into the inner thigh, breathing the arms up. As we exhale, twisting to the right, arms come down, left hand, right knee, right arm behind us. Easy breath in, easy breath out. I leave the past behind me. I leave the past behind me. I leave the past behind me. And when you're ready, go ahead and unwind back forward. And then we'll breathe the arms up once again. We'll exhale, folding forward over that outstretched leg, coming down to our own degree. Easy breath in, easy breath out. I move into the present. I move into the present. I move into the present. Very good. When you're ready to do so, coming up to a nice straight back. Go ahead and straighten that leg out before you as well. And then we'll move into a full forward fold if you would like to do so. So breathing the arms up, framing the head, then exhaling, folding forward, hinging at the hips, maintaining a nice straight back here. Easy breath in, easy breath out. I move into the present with trust and patience. I move into the present with trust and patience. I move into the present with trust and patience. Very good. When you're ready to do so, coming up to a nice straight back. And from here, we'll go ahead and move into butterfly position. So bending both knees, drawing the toes, the feet in near the groin, placing the soles together. And if we find that our hips are nice and open here, we could even deepen the position by pushing up a little bit on the bottom and then grasping those toes, grasping them, trying to comfortably hold them and comfortably raise the spine to a nice upright position, feeling kind of that nice and tall almost proud feeling, you could say, in this position. I also like to introduce an affirmation here. It's very apropos, I feel. My soul is as gentle as a butterfly. My soul is as gentle as a butterfly. My soul is as gentle as a butterfly. Very good. And when we're ready to do so, go ahead and relax the grip you have on the toes and allow the legs to press together, knees together. And from here, we'll push up from the back into a squat. And we'll allow the bottom to raise gently and easily. Transitioning here, nice and easy, vertebrae by vertebrae, raising upwards, low to high, coming from a calm state to a more energetic, a more active state. I'll go ahead and tilt the monitor up a bit. So here, the first thing I do is just rock back and forth on my toes. So you can imagine toe to heel, back and forth, and then gradually coming to a place of stillness. The ideal here, I believe, is to feel a sort of balance over the mid arches of your feet to alleviate any extreme pressure that you would cause in the toes or in the heels of the feet. I have found in my own life that it causes great pain when I concentrate my weight on either of these areas. And in balancing the weight out, I have found much relief in doing so. As I walk a lot throughout the day in my workplace, and there is a difference. You can believe me or you can experience it yourself. I invite you to monitor the condition of your feet because it's quite easy to have painful feet. Many people suffer from it. So I invite you to be aware and to notice what you're feeling moment to moment and to do your best to move and improve to health and happiness. Okay, very good. So moving on to the first standing posture. I'll go ahead and adjust the monitor again. So that way perhaps you can see my feet a little better. Let's see, that I think is good. So firstly, I take my right foot forward, pointing that foot forward. Okay, and then the back foot can either be pointed 90 degrees to the long edge of the mat or 45, moving forward a bit. And then the heel of that forward pointing foot is ideally aligned with the middle arch of the back foot, the left foot in this instant. We'll still continue to spread our legs nice and wide and go ahead and bend that front knee, maintaining the knee is above the ankle, safeguarding the knee joint. We don't want to put too much pressure on that joint as well, because many times we as humans can suffer greatly from knee injuries as well as feet injuries. And then when we're ready, taking the hands to the hips, trying to guide the right hip back slightly, the left hip forward slightly, breathing the arms up, framing the head into warrior one position. Easy breath in, easy breath out. I find strength and clarity as I move beyond my fears. And then when we do feel at ease to do so, turning out into warrior two, simply in the direction our hips are opening. Arms come down over those legs. about shoulder level, parallel with the ground below. Maybe turning the palms up, turning them down, and gazing over that front middle finger if we do feel okay in our neck today. Easy breath in, easy breath out. I find strength and clarity as I move beyond my fears. Very good. Relaxing the arms down, hands to hips, and then simply turning the feet in the other direction. Same alignment as in the previous. Heel to mid-arch, bending that knee over ankle, guiding left hip back this time, right hip forward, breathing the arms up, framing the head, easy breath in, easy breath out. I find strength and clarity as I move beyond my fears. I find strength and clarity as I move beyond my fears. Turning out into warrior two, arms down over legs, about shoulder level, parallel with the ground. Maybe hands come palm up and then palm down, helping to expand the airways, gazing over that front middle finger if able to do so. Easy breath in, easy breath out. I find strength and clarity as I move beyond my fears. And when we're ready to do so, relaxing those arms down, hands to hips. And then maybe pointing those feet to the long edge of the mat and folding forward about halfway and lowering the arms down. And then bending knees and gradually maybe moving the feet into the center and coming to a squat and coming to a seat. And taking a comfortable seat, whatever feels appropriate for us and our bodies at this time. And from here, we would move into the neck movements, dropping our chin to our chest, raising our gaze, continuing with that motion, however long we would like, and then moving to the next motion, side to side, side to side, and then tipping our head to one side, then the other, to one and the other. Finally, rotating our head around, dropping our chin to the chest, rotating one way, and then when we're satisfied with that way, rotating the other way. And of course, if your neck does not feel up to it, please don't take part in the neck movements. I should have mentioned that earlier, and I will have mentioned it in the description. So I hope that you have read it. Maybe I'll put a little segment at the beginning that lets you know that. Okay, thank you. Thank you so much for joining me, my friend, for being here today. Thank you. God bless you. And I invite you to thank your body as it has done so much to carry you through the day, has worked so hard for you, for me, my body has for me, to thank the ground for supporting you, thank the ground for supporting us, for supporting me, and thank the breath as it helps guide us through our lives, through this life journey. It makes it possible for us to connect in so many deep ways throughout life. As we all breathe this air, we all stand on this earth, and we all have bodies that are under our care. So be gentle, be kind to yourself and others. Thank you so much for joining me here today. God bless you. Namaste.